Robert was in the middle of browsing at an exotic Magitech store where he was interested in buying some equipment for a new spell he was working on. Salandros was making his way back to the lab from his daily gardening. The ripple was enough to make both Salandros and Robert tingle. They had felt something like it before when they were fighting previous demonic incursions, but this time it was a new sensation. They couldn't feel any killing intent or even any direct location. It seemed like the entire globe had rippled all at the same time. Was it a harmless anomaly in the mana flow, or did something very sinister just occur?
Robert immediately called Salandros on the communicator. "I assume you noticed that too," he inquired with a hint of seriousness and awe at the strange sensation passing through his nerves. "Yes, quite unusual," Salandros replied in his normal, non-committal way. "I think this calls for a new investigation." "I'll be there in 30 minutes, said Robert with a stern look on his face. "I will notify Leah to bring the team as soon as possible."
Salandros smiled in that way an old man smiles, wisdom and mirth at the same time. "What's with that look?" Robert said quickly, a wry smile forming on his face at the same time. "Oh, nothing," replied Salandros. "I have a hunch they will be here before you finish that transaction." Robert hung up and quickly messaged Leah to bring the team to Salandros ASAP. She replied straight away, "We are on our way."
Robert arrived at Salandros' lab, and before he had a chance to put down his shopping and change his shoes, the girls were already surrounding him with excited questions, each one vying for his attention in their own way. He was used to it, of course, so he deftly navigated through their barrage of attention-seeking behavior and made his way over to Salandros. Eventually, he was able to get a word in, and the girls immediately became quiet while they watched the Archmage and his prodigious apprentice read the various monitors and reports with all the latest data. It was truly inspiring to see them work together. They were both incredibly fast at pulling the data out of the system and going over the information, absorbing, calculating, comparing information from all the different monitoring stations located across the globe. A worldwide network of magical sensors with millions of data streams.
At first glance, everything seemed normal, just a strange blip, a ripple that cascaded across the globe and then stopped. Otherwise, nothing had changed. No sudden drop in mana flow anywhere on the globe. It was as if the incident didn't even happen. As they looked closer, there were some strange patterns that started to appear. Slight skips that shouldn't exist spread all over the globe, seemingly random but also strangely symmetrical.
They both agreed that the blips were worthy of further investigation. They identified several in the region which were the easiest to travel to. They decided to send Robert, Leah, Foxy, and Katja out for reconnaissance, while Gloria and Salandros stayed behind for now to keep monitoring the incoming data. Salandros, using his advanced technique, teleported Robert and the warrior mages to their destination. They dematerialized from the lab and rematerialized in a spooky forest. The air was dense with fog, and everything was dripping with condensation. The trees were shadowy and imposing. As they looked around, it was hard not to see shadowy shapes and patterns.